Hello everyone, Jose here from the HRICU. I'm here with my friend Nick, who owns a masonry company. Nick, hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Can you tell us a little bit about your business?
Sure. The name of the company is Integrity Masonry, Inc. We pretty much started it in 2008, just sort of me in a van type thing with a helper, and this was right after I got my papers as a Red Seal Mason. So I've now built it up. We've done well, mostly in residential, and we're about 10 to 15 employees at this point, and still growing.
Ah, that's awesome. And what made you want to own your own business?
You know, I remember being an apprentice and seeing businesses where it was second, third, fourth generation type thing, and I thought that's kind of cool to build something, you know, to spend a lifetime building something that outlives you.
Right.
And of course, I always wanted a family. I had kids and so on and so forth. So I ended up with two boys, and they're now actually approaching an age where they are getting involved in the company. So maybe they'll take it over and there'll be a second generation.
Maybe you gotta like push them. You gotta push them. This is your career path.
That's right.
Can you tell me one of your favorite client stories?
Sure. The one that comes to mind, and it always comes to mind, is a client, a police officer called me in the wintertime to look at his fireplace, and he had just had his fireplace refinished, and it was atrocious. Like, it was awful, awful, awful workmanship. He had essentially got scammed, and he was just an auto police officer, you know, at the beginning of his career, and he was really upset about it. And at this time, it was very early on in my business. He basically he couldn't afford a lot, and at the time I was in a situation where I was trying to keep guys going in the wintertime. It's our slow period.
Of course,
So I thought, okay, this could help my lead employees, and it could help him out. I'll just step away, and I kind of you're probably not supposed to do this, but I kind of just said, look, I'm going to introduce you to my lead mason who can do this work. I'm going to offer him to use the company equipment, but I'm going to step out now.
Right.
And they made an arrangement so that my guy is getting a bit of money, and he gets the thing redone. And then we kind of forgot about it. But the crazy thing about this story is I didn't have him as a customer. I didn't have his address. And he ended up calling the Better Business Bureau. And he basically put us forward, nominated us for an award. And
that's cool.
And the company ended up winning the award. And it was a special one. It was a good one. So that was in 2013 that we won the award, and I was very grateful.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's definitely a best client story.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think is your biggest mistake you've done so far?
Oh, there's too many to pick from. Being a bit cavalier about human resources is a big one, to be honest. Like hiring people, you know, trying to manage people. Just negotiating situations where, you know, my instincts weren't right. They weren't. They you know, like I tend to trust myself on a lot of things, but I've kind of learned that the legislation and HR is a prickly thing, and you have to be very careful, right? Like it's not just like human relations; it's employer-employee relations.
Yeah, it's also not very black and white.
No,
There's a lot of gray. So, yeah. I can't say I've made too many mistakes in HR because they end up in termination. They're certainly backfired, right, when people try to sue and that type of thing. But then as long as you have all your documentation, then that protects you. You know?
Yeah.
So, and that tends to be a challenge in small businesses is we don't document, or we do it so little that it doesn't hold up in a court of law. But that's okay. That's how we have to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess so.
So what is the most repetitive people issue that you have?
People issue, I mean, you need to, let me just think here. I've been okay. Like I've come across people that had personal problems that got in the way. And that's a sensitive one because when you have like occasionally, you know, alcohol issues, you know, it takes a bit of time to figure this out.
Absolutely.
And you know, you want to work with them, but there's obviously a limit, you know, like there's you know, so running into people that have personal problems and trying to work through that to a point, that's sort of an issue that's come up a few times.
Without compromising the business at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fair. Do you think you could benefit from having HR in your business?
I can, for sure. I have gone that route before.
I think you've told me this.
Yeah, I don't know if I should be mentioning that. It's and I've done like there's a lot of there's so much value that an HR professional can bring. And it's funny, you were talking about documentation. That's one of the biggest learnings that I've got so far. That I've come across so far is that things have to be documented, but then it's not just about documenting, it's a system to keep things organized.
Right, yeah.
So without a doubt, I see a lot of value in an HR specialist for sure.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So I would say what the best compliment you probably got from your customers, the one that you had your award from, what do you think would be the best thing that you've achieved instead of for your customers? Like as you've grown over the years, what is the one thing that you're most proud of?
We've got a great record of customer service and satisfaction. I mean, it's tough to actually get reviews. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes, it is.
People have to be highly motivated to review you.
Yeah. And it's got to be done now.
That's right.
As soon as the work is done, almost standing in front of you, can you write a review?
Yeah, no, exactly. And you don't want to be pushy. You don't want to pressure people. Some people just aren't comfortable. But, it's even more important now because there are services out there that are reaching out to small businesses and offering to fill their page with reviews.
Yeah.
And it's BS.
Yeah, of course it is.
So to get legitimate reviews, you know what I mean, is tough. So,
Even when I see reviews online, I go and look to see, is that really Nick from Integrity Masonry? Is that person legit? So I want to go on Facebook and check out your Facebook, or do you have a TikTok? Do you have a, LinkedIn?
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah, because there's so much stuff that's fake already, and AI hasn't even caught up,
my gosh.
it's a bit scary.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what would you tell your 20-year-old self? Would you do anything differently?
Yes, for sure. I would definitely tell my 20-year-old self to not try, instead of trying to do everything, you know what I mean? You need to pick your top priorities, focus in on them and do them well, before you move on to other things. I found myself trying to do too much at once. And so I kind of did too many things sort of half-ass. And didn't, I wish that I had been more focused on one thing at a time type thing.
I did the exact same thing. So I'm almost at my 10th year. And when I started, I was like, oh, I want to try this and I want to try this and I want to try this, you know? And then I realized I'm doing 80 hours a week. And I'm like, oh my God. And it's not just accounting or HR or this, it was I wanted to try a different project. Then I wanted to take this course to try to learn this. And then I wanted to perfect on, also doing investigation. So I was trying to find too many niches, And then I was like, no, I'm really good at people problems. Let's just focus on that instead, you know?
And then you master something.
And then you master that. And then from there, then I can go and do other things, because now this one, I know the back of my hand, I can quote the policy, I can quote the Ministry of Labor, it gets to that point. So, but yeah, I get you. Okay. So one of my last questions for you today is, if you could have lunch with 3 people, whether they are alive or if they've passed away, who would you choose and why?
Well, definitely my grandmother.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. My grandmother on my mother's side, a wonderful woman. She passed at the very beginning of COVID.
Okay.
So I would be very curious to know what she thinks about the world today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I guess on that note, I'd have Donald Trump over for dinner, and I would serve him all kinds of choke hazards and just go for the best. I mean, maybe that's not something I should be saying, but
no, who cares? Personal opinion, that works.
Number 3, I like maybe a historical figure. I'm actually very interested in Leonardo da Vinci. To see how his brain works, and Einstein too. I find that he's an interesting guy. So
don't know how conversation would go with one of those. But
no, exactly. My Italian sucks.
Fair, exactly. Doing some sign language. Well, thank you so much for allowing me to interview today. And thank you to all of our viewers. And if you're looking for more information about Nick's business, we'll have the link below. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.